hang on a second, let me check my mic. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? How about now? Bop. Ba-da-da-da, bop, 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 bop. Okay. Alright guys, it's time. So, you can go here, press L1 until it goes over to that magnifying glass, and you can search the name of the map, or you can put the code in. If you put the name of the map in, it comes up just as good as when you put the code in. If you'd rather put the code in, it's right there. 3611 2140 0889. Put it on private because there's a chance that the programming won't work correctly, because I did set this map to only have one person in it when I made it, but I made it on console with Fortnite Creative. So much like the description, the background photos, a bunch of things I already set in the Fortnite Creative, I had to do it all over again once I ended up going onto my PC and, you know, getting everything approved that way. I actually could have done this probably a couple months ago when I started working on City Trial 2, because this was a pain in the ass to get certified so you can upload these maps, but it wasn't hard. It was just a pain. This is a very big map too, so you might have to wait in the loading screen for a minute. And then this comes up. Oh, you can start it right away. You don't need to wait for anyone else. It's not a multiplayer game. You see, it says Eric Fantasy 20. That's a screen name I used 5 years ago or something, maybe when Fortnite first came out. And as you can see, I have it saying right there that I'll update this map every now and then, and maybe I'll put different game modes in. And you can pick whatever character you want. That's typical for Fortnite. For this video and for the artwork that I used to promote the map and all that, I avoided using Marvel and Disney and whatnot characters. And I guess I'm not gonna show the entire map, because it is a game that you have to find things and fight enemies and stuff. But I'll just kind of tell you how this came to be. This could be a lot better because this was my first map and there was things I didn't know about. Like, for example, all of these things can be placed on a grid, and at the same time you can switch it up so that you can place it wherever the hell you want. This came in handy over here. So this bridge would not stay above the water, and then it was kind of like when you would walk over it, you would just see water on top of the bridge. So I switched it to, well, I can't get into it now because I'm not in creative mode, but I switched it over to origin on edge or something like that, and then you can just place anything anywhere you want. It doesn't have to be lined up, it doesn't have to be congruent with anything like that. And then now the bridge is above the water like I wanted it to be. The bad thing was, when I started this map, I started it on the lowest point possible. If I didn't do that, I would have been able to make this look better. I would have been able to have the water be down more, and have like little edges of cliffs right here. But it looks fine. As you can see, the castle, it's not, it's a prefab, so it's not like exactly what it should look like. Pretty much everything except for the castle was hand built. Especially this church. And the well. So the well and oh look, there's a secret item. Cat's out of the bag. This over here, this isn't candle lighting. So there's a device in Fortnite where you can create your own lighting, and you don't actually need an object to indicate where that light's coming from. So there's a light device on these two sets of candles right here. That's why it's flickering. And that's why it's not flickering over here. Same with this. Same with this here. And this. But you see how these ones aren't really lighting up as much, and they're not flickering? That's because they don't have that device on them. It uses up a little bit of memory to have all these different lighting devices. I guess I'll have to sit here for like 10 minutes for the sun to go down, but every house kind of has like a lighting thing going on. In the windows or something. Because when it gets dark, it looks kind of dead. And I think if you talk to me, there's an NPC over there with my name on it. I'll tell you that the entire forest was not done because the memory limit stopped me from doing any more. So that's why you don't see a house in here. You don't get to come in here in the game, so it doesn't matter. But you do get to go in there, and here. But I couldn't go all out because I ran out of memory. This is a fountain with waterfalls and splash. There's supposed to be splash. flashing visual effects somewhere. They're not here. I'm gonna sue someone. Anyway. And then there's a broken fire hydrant inside the thing. Oh no, there's no people in here. There's no big walls of goods and whatnot. That's because I couldn't go any farther. Oh no, there's no Kurt. There's no toys. Yep, couldn't do that. No, there's no guy, and then there's no hotel up here. I did make some steps up here so I can like box off the windows, make it look like there's separate rooms, and then I put the lighting devices on each floor. And again, this is just what do you mean the map's not available? That's another thing that's pissing me off. I clearly told the game I want the map to be available. You can see it in the corner, but you can't see the whole map. NPCs, instead of giving them text boxes, I just left them having like little things to say. Typically this would say, talk to this person, and then you'd hold in the square button, and then they'd start talking. But I skipped out on that because you don't really need to talk to anyone. So I just put what they would say in that box. There's a monster in the left clearing. It's spelling things wrong when I didn't spell them wrong. I don't know if that's autocorrect or what, but it's keeps doing it, and I keep saving it, and it keeps going back. It's supposed to say left clearing of the woods. Don't go near unless you have a weapon. Now that it's a little darker, you can see the lighting. Wow, the game looks really good. I wonder if they did something. They keep updating Unreal, and it keeps looking better every time I come in here. So day-night cycles I don't think are a thing yet, because I can't get the guard to come off of the top of her head, so that's just there. I gotta accept that. There is a day-night cycle, but it's not based on any like time thing. It's just continuously going. Like, if I were to stop this right now and go into creative mode, it would be at this time, and then the amount of time that would pass would transfer over when I started up the game again. It makes no sense. I can't, there's no like real clock in the game. I can program one, but I can't, the day-night cycle doesn't respect that timing. It doesn't say. It's not congruent with the sun and the moon, and it pisses me off. Otherwise, I could have people like come out, go in the houses. I can make them do that on a timer, but then because I'm coming and going in creative mode, it changes the day-night cycle from the timer. It's not important. You're supposed to just find things and fight enemies and explore new areas. Like this here. Let's go in the mines. Oh, you can't go in the mines. You gotta get a key. And yes, there is a key. I didn't just lock it and say there's a key and not let you get the key. Later on, when you find a gun, you can go up on this cliff up here and you can have at these targets. And this is just a small part of the map. It's the part I put the most work into because of the buildings, and I wanted it to look like the original to an extent. It's kind of bigger. Like there's a lot more space here, but I don't know, it kind of looked weird being cramped. So I had to move things out a little bit, and then I had to move the castle out, and then the buildings had to spread out more. But I wanted to keep these two close for some reason. Because I know in the game they're very close, but this building here is also close to Connor's. But like I said, I had to expand it a little bit to make it work. So yeah, map code 3611-2140-0889, or you can type in Grillin' Village. It should come up. You guys want to have at it? Let me know how you think of it, and please favorite it, because I'm not going to take it down, but I might put a different game mode in, and I might delete other areas to make room for new things. We'll see what happens. Unlike that Ocarina of Time guy who just never updated his shit, and I don't think there's the one thing you can do other than walk through Unreal Engine graphics that are like pasted onto the bottom of the thing here. This is all hand built. So if I was in creative and I pressed triangle, I could delete this section of the floor. I could delete this thing here. Each piece of this building. Whereas in some of these other creative maps, it's like everything's just one big blob. It's like one big shiny graphic. But shoutouts to Fortnite Creative. Everything looks nice compared to like fucking Roblox and you know, Minecraft, all those other games where you're kind of limited on how good things look or not. So again, I'm not going far because I don't want to spoil anything for anyone, but there's about 3 or 4 times more area down there. In this direction over here. There's not much in the area of Twin Peak because again I ran out of memory, but there is a little bit up there. There's no device that lets you climb walls except for the thing that clearly looks climbable that I put on the wall. They're like little ledges that you Assassin's Creed your way up. But yeah, take the map code, put it in, play the. Bye.